Notin HaTorah. Amen. Vayhi Ta'am Shemit O Menim Ra B'Yotznei Adonai Vayishma Adonai Vayichar Apo Vativ Arbam Eish Adonai Vaktol Hal B'Ksei Hamahane Vayitzak Ha'am El Moshe Vayitpoleo Moshe El Adonai Vatishka ha'esh, vayikra shem hamakom hahu ta'avra ki ba'ara vam eish Adonai v'yachzor asher b'kirbo ki tavu tava vayivshu vayivku gam v'nei Yisrael vayomeru mi ha'akilenu basar Zaharnu et Havaga asher nohal b'Mitzrayim hina et hakishuihim ve'et ha'avakim ve'et havatzahir ve'et havatzalim ve'et hashumim ve'ata nashinu hivesha ein kol bilti el chaman einenu ve'haman Kizorgahu ve'eno ke'en habedor lach shatu ha'am v'laktu v'tachanu b'amidochayim o dahu b'amidocha uvishalu b'parur ve'asu oto ugot ve'haya tamo kata'am l'shad hashamen Uvredet hatal al hamihaneh laila yirid haman Allah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata v'torkeinu Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Explain how the Torah is not written with any vowels or any of the trope marks, that's the notes that tell you how to sing the words. It's just the letters in there, and they're all really smushed together. It's not as clear as it looks in your Siddur. It was really impressive. He did a fantastic job, way better than I did. And both today and at my bar mitzvah, and I'd like to invite any kid under the age of bar mitzvah to come up and get candy in a nice, gentle fashion. Please don't hurt us. I told you, it's an inverse pinata. I'm gonna keep this one. This is a good one. Yeah. Okay. And if you're Gabe's friend, can I have some? I've had our first casualty. to invite up Rabbi Hillel Kassir and Renee for lifting and dressing the Torah. Yamdu, Hamatia Bahagolelet.
Please rise.
Please be seated. And I'd like to invite up Brooke and Chris to say a few words to Gabe. So this is the part where you stand here and we say nice things.
And for those who don't know something special, the same portion that Gabe did was the same portion that Rabbi Ben did for his bar mitzvah and Renee did for her bat mitzvah. The very first time I held you in my arms, my first thought was, oh God, now what am I supposed to do with him? As I look at you as a teenager today, I again think, now what am I supposed to do with him? As you said in your, you haven't had your Devar Torah, so I'm going to ruin it. But as you said in your Devar Torah, you only see what you look for. And that is very true when it comes to parents and children. You will always be my baby, but as I've watched you over the past few weeks, I have been in awe and not just a little shocked. Seeing you discuss Torah with Rabbi Ben, hearing your incredible insights and thoughts, watching as you carry on adult philosophical conversations, you have made me realize that you are not the little boy that I have been seeing for so long, but rather an incredible young man who has taken his place. You truly embody what it means to be a bar mitzvah today. You are not just going through the motions, not just doing this because you were told you had to, but doing this because you are ready and willing to stand up and say, Hineni, here I am ready to take my place and accept my responsibility in this world. I'm ready to make my mark and walk my path. It is a hard thing for a mom to recognize, to let go of the little boy and embrace the young man. But I'm saying it now. I see you, Gabe, and I couldn't be more proud or impressed. You make my heart burst with love and joy. My wish for you as you continue on this wonderful journey is that you continue to find joy in all that you do, in life and in learning, and that you continue to smile. And know that you are always loved beyond measure.
Mine's a little different. Okay? Alright, so I just wanted to say I'm so impressed and pleased with the young man you've become. You show. Hey, don't look at me. You show respect to elders with simple things such as opening doors and saying please or thank you. You've taken personal responsibility for many things in your life. You do homework without question. You helped watch over your brothers, cleaned the house, and started helping with the artwork. When faced with a challenge, instead of questioning yourself or the problem, you say, why not, or why can't we? You have the glass is half full attitude that makes everyone like you. For those of you that don't know, Gabe is a provisional youth black belt in international Kempo karate and is known as Smiling Gabe at the dojo. When people call out his name, they can't help but smile themselves. Gabe, you truly bring joy to others around you. You are the son I've always dreamed of. That's proud to call my son.
In hindsight, this is why you do the devar first. So, if all of you can continue to grab hankies, the moving tributes will continue in a second. But I'd like to invite up Gabe for his devar Torah to tell us what he thinks about the Torah portion he just read.
I would like to start off by asking everyone to find all of the blue things in the room. Now, close your eyes. Tell me where all the yellow things are. You don't quite know, do you? This is because you only see what you look for. This happens exactly in my Torah portion, the Ha-Alot Ha. My Torah portion takes place after the Jews have escaped slavery in Egypt and have been wandering in the desert with Moses for a long time. After so long in the desert, everyone starts to complain because they find every little thing that is bad and they don't see anything good. For example, they say, "Do you remember the fish that we used to eat for free in Egypt? If only we had meat to eat. Now there is nothing at all, nothing but this manna to look at." And here they are complaining on and on about something they think they don't have. But look at what they do have. They get food and water every day, for free. Isn't that good? They don't even have to work for it. The manna just falls from the sky. They also forget that they weren't free when they got the food in Egypt. They were slaves. They are now free to eat whatever they want and however much they want. Everyone was focusing on that one bad thing, not having variety, and not paying attention to all the new good things in life, like freedom. Even until today, we see people who only look at the negative and have a lack of appreciation. I know some people that can look at only the bad things and rarely ever are they happy. I also know some people who can be happy in the worst situations. Now, I want everyone to imagine they are back in school after the summer. I know what you're thinking. Ugh, I just got out of this quiz. I would be thinking that way too. But it's not the end of the world. You get to see your friends and that one teacher you became best friends with. You get to be in the school sports and clubs again. You won't want to go back now, don't you? You see, you can choose what to focus on. The bad parts of going back to school or the good parts. Now, let's say at school, you pinch your finger in your locker. When you come home, what are you going to tell your parents when they ask how your day went? Are you going to complain for hours about when you pinched your finger in your locker? Or are you going to tell them you got A's on your test and that you got a free cookie at lunch today? Over 2 gajillion things went right, and you're going to complain about one worthless thing and let that ruin your whole day? I would like to end by telling everybody this. Just like in my Torah portion here, we have freedom. That freedom was very hard to get. We are lucky enough to have everything and everyone in our lives. We should be happy about these things that we have. I think that we are all very lucky in one way or another for what we have, and we need to remember that, no matter what. It is all in what you choose to see. As my bar mitzvah ends, I know I will need to take more control of my life. With that control, I would like to follow the most important part of this week's Torah portion, to try and look for the positive.
On behalf of the congregation, I'd like to invite up Greg Bravish to say a few words.
I'm going to go What a wonderful day. We want to welcome all of you, friends and family and guests and members of our temple, and thank you for being here to honor today our new Or Hadash, our new light, the newest light in our Jewish community. It is an honor for me to stand here as a representative of the congregation. This is a responsibility and honor typically reserved for the president. But she said she's too busy today. So I have the honor. Today is a very special day, not just because it's your bar mitzvah, but today is a very special day for us as Americans and for us as Jews. 71 years ago this morning, 150,000 people landed on the beaches of Normandy, and they freed the world from tyranny and from fascism, and from one of the darkest days of all Jewish history, the Shoah. And we stand here today on the shoulders of those men and women like Joe Cassidy and all of the men and women who served in that great generation to allow us to be here today to celebrate with you your new life. A quiz for you. Those of you who know Gabe, please raise your hand. Show me. Who? Not yet, Pat. By a show of hands, show me any of you who have ever seen Gabe not smile. I thought so. Gabe always, as his dad said, always has a smile on his face. Gabe always smiled. Even on Sunday mornings at religious school, when it would be a little bit okay to complain and be a little grumpy, Gabe is not. In fact, as his dad said, his nickname is Smiling Gabe. Gabe always sees the positive in life, in the situations he finds himself in or the people he finds himself with. His glass is always half full. In fact, his religious school teachers told me that after meeting Gabe for the first time, they always wanted to be around him. They always wanted to have him as a friend. How lucky they are. How lucky we all are. In addition to being a great friend, Gabe is an incredibly caring young man, always looking out for others. And he especially has a protective eye out for and an eye on his brothers. If you know Gabe, you know he has a real passion and an amazing thirst for learning. He's like a sponge, and he soaks up whatever is put before him. He questions. His thoughts, processes, his insightfulness, they're indefatigable. Gabe proudly embraces being a Jew and proudly embraces his Judaism. He beamed when he first came to religious school for the first time wearing his kippah, or when he wore his Star of David. And Gabe's Jewish journey is a very personal one. It's a very personal decision. He wanted to attend religious school. He wants to be a bar mitzvah. This journey has all been accomplished because Gabe wanted it to be so. He is truly a Jew by choice. It should come as no surprise that his parents are very proud of their eldest son. They describe him as sweet and smart and insightful. I'm sorry, Gabe, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Gabe truly lives the tradition of Tikkun Olam. He wants to make the world a better place. His Bar Mitzvah project collected food donations for the Weld County Food Bank, looking out for those who are less fortunate or those who are more in need. That task is no stranger to Gabe. He has accomplished much up to this point. His Bar Mitzvah is an important transition, one which he accepts the responsibility of making adult decisions and accepting adult responsibilities in our Jewish community. We are all very proud of Gabe in what he's achieved and in what he will accomplish. Gabe will leave significant footprints throughout his life. We are fortunate to have Gabe, indeed his whole family, in our lives. We now welcome Gabe and embrace him as the newest member of Temple Or Hadash. Congratulations. I'll give you your cue. We have a couple of traditions. The first tradition we're going to start brand new today. It has been the tradition of this congregation that the B'nai Mitzvah person receives a bear, a B'nai Mitzvah bear. And it's that person's responsibility to add one more thing to it and then give it to the next Bar Mitzvah, B'nai Mitzvah. Last time we gave the bear to Alana Jones. And the first time ever we're going to start this new tradition, she is going to present Gabe with his bear.
This is the bear mitzvah. And the tradition is for you to add your own thing and make it unique to you, and leave everything else on so you can see the generations before you.
That's right. The generations before you. So you've got a real responsibility to this. And this is a gift from our temple to you, and may you enjoy this, and may it be part of your life, and may you always find comfort in knowing that your family will always be here for you and with you. God bless you, Dave. Okay, Rabbi.
I've been giving cues all morning. It's so nice to be able to
Take a few.
Gabe, you already know this is our Torah portion, and I'm honored to share it with you. In this parsha, the Israelites get to pick leaders, and it says that they lay their hands upon and raise up the Levites for service to God. When our ancestors picked the Levites to lead, the priests, the Kohanim, didn't create leaders first. Moses and Aaron didn't create leaders first. Even God didn't create these leaders. The community did. Our community put trust in you for this service and for being a Jewish adult, and you were outstanding. Okay. As a Jewish adult, the community is going to continue to support you, but also call on you to continue to lead. Like everyone else, I'm so proud of you. Your questions, your thoughtfulness, commitment to both Jewish learning and service. It is my honor to offer you, on behalf of the community that raised you and trusted you to lead, the priestly blessing, our special blessing of protection and compassion. V'rechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yifunecha, may God make God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom. May God lift up God's goodness over you and grant you God's most special gifts, that of peace. Congratulations. Oh, go get your bear. Oh, no, you're perfect. And your bear. Now he's got so much stuff. We continue our service on page 371. At this time, we think of those who need prayers of healing, and if there is someone that you're particularly thinking of this morning, as my eyes go around the room, please feel free to share their name with the community.
Young.
Thank you.
Madeline Silverstein.
Eileen Ables and Andrea French's grandsons. I know his first name is Noah, and I forget his last name.
Thank you.
Cameron Dick.
Ricky Morris, Liz and Greg Bippa, and Colin.
John Rosen.
Alex.
Phyllis Gallant.
Marin Air, Miss Lundis,
passing missionary garments by spring.
We take all these names and the names in our hearts and ask for a complete and speedy healing. Continue with Misha Barrows on page 371. We continue with our service to return the Torah to the Ark. Please rise on page 374. I'd like to invite Caleb and Asher if they want to open the Ark. They can't. Are they up there? Oh, Caleb and Asher, you guys want to come open the Ark? What? Please be seated. Turn to page 376 for the prayers of our community. Gabe's family had a special request, and I'd like to invite up for a blessing for the members of our armed forces, Gabe's uncle, Mike Keller.
Sovereign of the universe, we invoke your blessing upon the members of the military forces, those brave men and women whose courage and commitment to that for which the country stands protects us all. Whether by air, land, or sea, wherever the orders take them, we ask, dear God, that they be protected with your sheltering presence. Shield them from harm and from pain, assuage their loneliness, and sustain their faith in the face of formidable enemies that they confront on a daily basis. May all of their efforts be crowned with victory, and with the assurance that we who depend on their courage appreciate and understand the great difficulty of their work. Most of all, we pray for what all soldiers is the ultimate prayer, that they be privileged to return